Hey, he's coming, bro. He's coming, bro. He's coming, bro. He's coming. Oh! What is up, people? It's your boy J-Rock in your face, literally. Welcome to KickRocks, Ep.6. And Remy's ass is late. He's not even here yet, man. So I'm sure he'll be jumping in here in a second, and I'm sure I'll be getting up to let his ass in the studio. Because again, guys, we do these episodes a little late. We just ended up raw here in just a minute, or just earlier. And some crazy stuff. But guys, I want you to welcome my guest. He is born and raised here in New Braunfels. And in the music industry, Mr. Poetic G. What's up, Poetic G?
Hey, how's it going?
Doing all right, man?
Do I want to what?
Doing all right? Can you hear me there?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Oh, man. So, man, got you out late, bro. We do these episodes late. Appreciate you coming out, man.
Yeah, I'm already tired, man.
Yeah, we're going to have to give Remy some shit for being late, man. He's super late right now, so Poetic, I hear you got an album coming out, bro.
Yeah, I got my first solo album dropping October 2nd.
October 2nd. So your first solo album.
Yeah.
Explain that. You're part of MB Solados as well?
Yeah, everything I've done prior was me and my brother.
Okay.
Like compilations or whatever. But this one is just me.
Okay.
I got some features on there, but for the most part, it's all me.
Okay. So how did that feel, like, going through the process now, knowing that your brother's not there? How long were you rapping with your brother?
Oh, forever. Yeah, forever, man. I mean, it was different.
Okay.
Right? Writing with my brother, it was a compromise. Right? In the beginning, I would say he took the wheel a little more.
Okay.
And then later on, it was, meeting halfway on the choruses and stuff like that. And whereas when I'm writing on my own, I don't have to compromise with anyone or anything. I mean, I'm just
it's all you
doing exactly what it is that I want.
That's what's up, man. So how long had you been rapping with your brother?
Probably my early 20s.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is when me and him started doing our thing. Yeah, together. Prior to that, he was doing his own thing. I was doing my own thing.
So what brought up y'all's group name MB Solados? I mean, obviously it's MB Soldier, right? Correct?
Yeah. So MB Soldados is I guess like our internet name, because technically we're Soldados. Me and my brother.
Okay, you're Soldados. Okay.
Me and my brother are Soldados. He came up with the name. I was coming up with a few names, and he just felt like we needed to represent like our culture.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah.
And Soldados worked. It stuck, and it was just me and him. And then, slowly but surely, we had other people wanting to join the movement, and it became Soldados family.
Yeah, I remember my brother. Actually, can you bring that mic a little closer to you, bro? It's about a fist away as well. You should be able to like just move it your way.
Is that good right there?
A little bit more if you could. Yeah, that's my
cool.
Right there. Yeah, it should be good. Yeah, no, I remember my brother bringing home your music for the first time, and at that time, I think I was really into SPM and kind of starting to listen to more Houston music, and that's where I felt y'all's vibe. Do you feel like that's what you kind of compare your music to, or if there was somebody that you can, or like, who influenced you? Let's just go with that with music.
Influences.
Yeah.
Definitely like I don't know if you ever heard of Underground Committee. Like,
yeah, I've heard of them. I've heard of them. Yeah, I've heard of them. Okay.
Technically, when I first heard them, and it was my brother that showed me them.
Okay.
Is when I was like, man, I want to do that. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? They had some badass music. Uh, definitely a sound like I've never heard.
Mm-hmm.
So that was to this day is an influence. I mean, you can hear it in a lot of my production.
Okay.
You can hear their influence.
Nice.
Lyrically, stuff like that. I mean, Tupac,
Yeah.
Eminem. I mean, just a whole bunch of artists.
And y'all, would you necessarily say that you do that fast kind of rapping, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're kind of fast. I can't do it for.
Yeah. Man, like Bone
Yeah,
Thugs,
that's what I was about to say.
Twista, man. I
Like
mean,
Twista.
I grew up on
Hell
all
yeah.
that stuff, man. So I'm influenced by all of them, and man, I'm not old, but
No,
as
we're not old,
yeah,
bro.
yeah,
We're not old. You got to make sure you
yeah,
say that. We're not old.
yeah. But as I'm getting older, man, I'm finding it a little more. I don't know why I'm finding it a little more difficult to like tongue twist.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. So, like, it's definitely digging into like how I spit and deliver stuff,
Okay.
which is always cool because, like, you know, it kind of helps you come up with something different.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Okay. So you're kind of like I Mexican OT. Have you heard of this guy?
Yes.
Okay, the way he does his like R's and the way he raps his words together,
Mhm.
I'm not even gonna try it. But he does pretty good with that too, and I think that's really unique too. Have you heard somebody like that? I'm not. I love rap. Don't get me wrong, but I haven't been looking up any of the new rap
Um,
itself as a
I
recent.
would say my younger brother
Okay,
Maximus is man, he's a real good tongue twister, man. I
okay.
mean, he's really freaking good.
He's the one that you're recently been making music with, correct?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah. He's one of the brothers that I've been pushing out, and
nice.
yeah, he's really good.
So where did you meet him at? Maximus, what was his name again?
Yeah, Maximus.
Is Maximus? Okay, it's
Yeah,
Maximus.
yeah. I met him through my parents because he's my little brother.
Oh, I thought you meant I thought you meant like he was your homeboy bro,
No,
like
no,
your
no, no,
bro.
no, no. Yeah,
My
yeah, yeah.
bad.
You're good.
My bad, man.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
horrible.
So, um,
Okay.
I want
I
to
met
say
him through
like
my
him.
parents. That's hilarious.
Yeah, yeah. He
How long?
just started doing it maybe I don't know, maybe like 7 years, maybe
Okay.
7, 8 years, something like that.
Now explain to people now that are watching, like how long have y'all been doing this? You've been doing this for a good while, man.
Yeah, yeah. So I started rapping maybe like around I don't know ages, man. I just remember I was in sixth grade.
Really?
I remember
Okay.
I was in sixth grade and I started like writing
Okay.
because I used to write stories too,
Like, what do you
and
mean? What type of stories? Like
just like movies.
really?
Yeah, yeah, stuff like that. Yeah.
Dang, like an ice cube over here, bro.
Nah. But yeah, so it was around sixth grade is when I heard the underground committee. And yeah, it's when I started rapping, I started writing and stuff like that. So
Okay.
however old I was in sixth grade on is how long I've been doing it.
So my brother, obviously we grew up with pro wrestling, but he was the one that was like going to wrestle with BBW behind backyards and doing all that shit, right?
Mhm.
Obviously showed the ropes that somebody can do it. He's kind of the reason why I got into it. Is that the reason why you kind of got into music because your brother was doing it, or is it kind of you were already beforehand wanting to, or how did that work?
So I got in because he showed me a CD,
Okay.
which was the underground committee,
Okay.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So in a sense, yeah, it was kind of because of him.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? He did help influence me though, like hearing like his music. You know what I mean? And hearing him like make music and do stuff like that,
Yeah.
do shows and made me want to do it more,
Okay.
you know? So that's kind of where the influence came from him.
Okay. Gotcha, man. So, and when did you start doing shows here? I remember, like, in New Braunfels, man, you might have to correct me. This is the first one that came to my mind. Was it like a Black and Tan? Do you remember that? Did you used to do those shows too?
Yeah, we used to pack those
Shit.
those shows, man. So my first show was at it was this place called Club Team
Club T, where was
in
that at?
San Marcos.
Okay.
That was my first show, man, and it was packed.
Really?
Yeah, it was packed, man.
That's
Because
awesome.
I mean, they called it Club Teen, man, but you had a whole bunch of adults in there, and I mean, they were still like drinking and selling
Yeah.
beer, stuff like that. Uh, that was my first performance, man.
Okay.
I was probably like 16 or 17.
Nice. So you were in there already making music.
Yeah.
16 start. I mean, you started when you were in sixth grade, kind of around that area. So you must have been like, what, maybe 12, 11, 12, kind of getting into music and
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
doing your thing at 16. Man, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, man.
I don't know a lot of 16-year-olds wanting to get on stage,
Oh
wanting
man,
to get at it.
I was ready, man.
Really?
Like I was nervous, but I wasn't scared, if that makes sense. Like,
Yeah, no, absolutely.
like I was just real eager to do it, and man, I thought I did pretty good.
That's what some of the wrestlers in the back would give me shit. They're like, "You're not nervous?" I'm like, "No, I'm just excited to get out there."
Yeah.
Like I don't know why, but I never lost. I lost that nervous thing quickly, but it was just like you feel that jitter, just like, dude, I just want to get out there and do it type shit.
Yeah.
I never. You probably had more people yelling for you than me though.
Yeah.
But so like, what would you say with your music? You've been doing this for so long. Like, do you find it therapeutic at this time? Like, knowing how much of you've grown with it already? Like you've grown with it for so long, or like what do you like find? What are you kind of rapping about as well? Like what okay, I could say that.
I would say like this album is like real political.
Okay.
There was a lot of political things that were going on that I wasn't agreeing with, and that's kind of, and it's crazy because I never thought that my first album would be that way.
Yeah.
But that's kind of how it went. Was political,
Okay.
and not completely. I mean, it talks about life and stuff like that. So pretty much everything I talked about in like Soldados, I don't really talk about on this album and moving forward. Like I kind of just want to talk about, life and life struggles and coming up from, life struggles.
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay.
and like this album, it being a lot of songs being like politically based, I probably won't do that again. Just because like where I'm at in life,
Mm-hmm.
I don't really care about politics anymore.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I don't care to have a conversation about politics or debate or argue about politics because I don't really care about it.
Yeah. Would you say that you gotten older? That you just kind of like, did you ever get into politics, or you just kind of like?
Oh man, yeah. I mean, when a lot of stuff was going on politically, I became a politician.
I think I'm kind of
Yeah.
starting to understand it a little bit more, and like,
But
yeah, it's crazy.
one thing I've understood, man, is I'm a God fearing man, and as I've gotten a lot more closer with God, I've cared a lot less about other things, about a whole bunch of other things, including
Okay.
politics. So at the end of the day, man, they're gonna do what they want, right?
Yeah,
And
they are.
I mean, we still got bills we need to pay. We still got to get up and go to work.
Yeah.
I think, in my opinion, like they already know what they're gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And there's really nothing we can do about it besides, live.
Yep. I think the same thing too, and like I get a lot of shit from my friends because I used to say that I just didn't vote because I'm like, well, they're gonna do what they want anyway.
Mhm.
And I think more as society's kind of open up, we are having more of a say. But if we did have a say, then they would, again, I don't want to get too big with it, but they would get the guy that can't even talk out right now. Like
Yeah.
why, it's just so crazy. But it's I try not to get too deep into it because it really could. I hate that it hurts. It doesn't hurt people. It affects people's day. And like
Oh,
the
yeah.
way they're thinking is just like, dude, keep that to yourself in a way, or talk to your significant other, whatever. Don't bring that out here in a way, because then that's getting to a point of where just like
Yeah.
you don't want to have that mesh,
Yeah.
bump heads with certain people because of it. So, but yeah, no, I feel the same way too.
Yeah.
So that's good, man. So you saying this is part 1 of 3?
Yeah.
So like, what do you mean by that? Like, is it how how you phase this whole thing out into 3 different parts?
Yeah. So, man, I'm a huge comic book fan, man.
Okay.
I grew up on comic
That's
books.
what I was gonna ask you about too.
I grew up on comic books, man, and I always loved. One of my favorite series was The Dark Knight Returns, and it was like I don't know if it was like a 4-part or a 5-part. I don't remember, but it was like part 1 of 4, part 2 of 4. You know.
Okay.
And like a lot of comic books now, they're starting to do that, like part
Different
1
parts.
of 3 and stuff like that. And I was like, man, I want to do that. Like I think that would be badass if I incorporated, what I like in comic books.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like what I like in comic books and what I like in wrestling, I incorporate in my music. You know what I mean? So, like even the way I promote, I get a lot of ideas from like WWE.
WWE
Yeah.
comic books. Give me 1 second. Remy's finally here. Let me in. Let me let him in.
Which way?
To your right. That's perfect. Right there. Get that all in camera, jeez.
I've been here the whole time.
Oh yeah, whatever.
Whole time.
All right.
Me and this guy go way back.
So Poetic, this is Remy.
Yeah,
There you go.
How's it going,
Remy
brother?
Poetic. All right. Good stuff, man. So Poetic was telling he transitioned his music, gets some ideas from your music from comic books and wrestling and like WWE stuff. So
Yeah.
how would you say you were kind of connecting that? Oh yeah, you were saying that's kind of where you got the 3-part from?
Yeah. Like the part 1 of 3 was like, I got the idea from like comic books.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because a lot of their comic books are like part 1 of 4, stuff like that. The way I promote a lot of our music, I get ideas from like the vignettes. I think am I pronouncing it right?
Yeah, vignettes.
There you go.
Yeah, so like the Razor Ramon ones and like Triple H.
So mainly, I would say you remember when Undertaker was coming back, but you didn't know if it was him, and then there was rumors that it was supposed to be Sting.
Yes, that was when they were doing
The fake Undertaker?
Was it
No.
no. This was when they were doing the like a little bit of the birds.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It would go over the tombstone, I think, if I'm correct.
And they were actually
Yeah.
real close to signing Sting.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So they were kind of on
Yeah.
the side.
Wasn't that for Dead Man Inc. or whatever when he came back doing that?
I'm not
No,
too
that's
sure. No, not that
Nah,
one.
because he came back as Undertaker.
Oh,
like,
okay.
Yeah. So they would make videos, right? I mean, not even that one. Like, there's many times where like WWE would like put a video out there, and you don't know what it is.
Yeah.
You don't know what they're promoting,
You
right?
just know
and
something's coming.
and
Yeah.
slowly but surely they start like,
Yeah, I got you.
Taz. They did that with Taz, remember?
yeah.
Yeah, they had the countdown or whatever with
Yeah.
the flashing symbol, but you never saw who it was until like he finally came out.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh shit, it's Taz. I mean, hardcore wrestling fans knew who it was.
Yeah. So I do that. And I know, man, like a lot of people probably don't know what I'm talking about or
Yeah.
don't know, you know what I mean? But it's a small idea planted in their brain. They're like, I wonder what that is. Right? And there's people that follow, they follow those little videos, and then eventually it's like, oh, this is what we're pushing. This is what it is. And I'm like, oh, cool. Right? And it either adds up to like a whole bunch of views, a whole bunch of likes or whatever, and sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. You
I
know?
like you mentioned comic books. What comic books influence you?
Definitely like Batman,
Of course.
the Dark Knight,
Yeah.
of the Dark Knight series. Music wise, I would say like Batman, Avengers. That's about it, man. But mainly Batman.
Hell yeah.
I think if you look at the cover, it's like very heavily like inspired by him, right?
That's dope because my middle name's Wayne. My youngest.
Cool.
My youngest son. We named him Xander Bruce. So Bruce Wayne. Together
cool.
we made Batman. I got a Batman tattoo for him on my thigh as an Aquarius symbol because he's an Aquarius. So I went with an Aquarius Batman. But that's awesome that you
bro,
say Batman.
Bro, this is why when I used to do BBW, he was like the creative mind for us sometimes.
Yeah.
But most of the time. because you take that just like you took the creative of that and put that in your music. He does this shit all the time, and it's so crazy because you gotta let your brain go there to have fun. I think.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm a
yeah.
giant kid, man. That's why I say it's awesome you say Batman. 'Cause,
Yeah,
like,
especially like when you grow up on all that stuff, man.
Yeah.
You just can't help but to like be inspired and take pieces from things that you like, things
yeah,
that you
for
grew
sure.
up with.
Yeah,
You
for
know what I
sure.
mean?
Everybody has everybody's thoughts of everybody's creativity or whatever they create. That was somebody else's thought that brought you a thought. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dude, I rock it every day on my sleeve.
Oh,
Heck
cool.
yeah. Hell yeah, all his cartoon characters that he has on him too, man.
Can't help it, man.
Yeah, that's awesome stuff. So what is recently, Poetic, have you liked in wrestling in WWE? I know, we follow each other on Facebook, and I know you see us always see me posting about wrestling and stuff, and I know you've always been a fan. And I hit him up. I was like, hey, man, you got to get you on the show. You're a wrestling fan. And he has some wrestling fan. Then other than, of course, his album coming out. But what's been catching your eye recently in WWE or even AEW?
Well, how about I do both? AEW, MJF.
Hell yeah, he's killing
Bro,
it.
Okay.
he's
Yeah.
technically the only reason why I watch it right now.
Yep. Me
There was
too.
a point in time, man, that I wasn't really watching it. Even when CM Punk was on there,
Mm-hmm.
it was just kind of getting stale for me.
Dude, what I say? He's saying what I said.
Yeah, and then especially because like CM Punk wasn't really performing like
No.
the way
Okay.
that
Give me your thoughts on his what you've seen from him. Because we talked about that a couple episodes. I won't say what I said. I want to hear what you're gonna say though. What was your thoughts?
I think that he was trying to be like old CM Punk.
Okay. And you can't.
And it's like you kind of have to be like Edge, and you gotta have to be like all these guys that are getting a little older, where you have to change up your style. A style that you can do.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know how CM Punk did that. What is that move that Cowboy Page?
Cowboy does, yeah.
He
does,
pulled it off the first time.
Which one is it, Remy? He does the front flip off the top rope to a clothesline. I mean,
forgot what
is
it's
that pretty
called.
much what it's called?
Couldn't tell you what it's called. It's just awesome to watch.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
But it's not a move for everybody to be doing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so he
he-
pulled it off the
Mm-hmm.
first time. After that, oh man, it was horrible.
Man, when he fell that next time he did that. Sorry, guys. Dang, how am I drink? When he fell the next time that he did that, man, I was like, and then he did. I think he did something off the top rope. I forgot which one he did too off the top rope, and it just looked cringy.
Dude,
I'm like, dude, this dude's gonna hurt somebody, man.
Well, his flops, you know what it's reminding me of?
What's that?
Jeff Hardy.
His flops or his?
Oh,
What do you mean?
His botches.
Oh, his botches.
botches.
Okay, his
Yeah, his
botches.
botches.
Okay.
Oh,
his
Jeff
botches.
Hardy's
Oh yeah.
cringe, man.
Yeah, dude, he was my favorite.
He
and
needs to retire.
anymore, I'm just all like, God, dude, stop wrestling. Like, do a management thing if you have to be involved out there in the spotlight somehow, but quit getting in the ring.
I hear this is his last run as well. I mean, he needs it, man. I
I
think.
hope so.
I mean, because, bro, I hope this doesn't scare you, but he's supposed to end at AEW and go one more last run with the WWE for a year.
No.
I mean, I think they'll do what they did with him with Kurt Angle. Like, they're like, hey, man, do this, do that. But he wants to go on WWE, but I don't even think WWE bring him back, man. That'd be scary.
He needs to go out in AEW with his brother. Him and
think
Matt
so?
both need to have like a
Well, they're both there
retirement
right now,
run
too, so.
and just be done. That's what they need
Yeah.
to do. They need their
Yeah.
retirement run, and then they need to just call it quits.
Either way, WWE's going to put them in the Hall of Fame. So just chill out.
Yeah.
Do your thing, get your Hall of Fame money after that you can do. Like, I
Just
think
relax,
that's the best
man.
thing to do. Yeah,
Yeah,
for real,
just-
right.
Lay off the pills, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think he's laid off of that because he gets drug tested now. He's in big trouble right now, bro.
Oh, I mean,
He's in
they
big
say they
trouble.
get drug tested.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Uh,
There's
We'll
ways
see.
around that, trust me.
But out
Oh,
of
but going back
WWE,
to MJF though,
yeah,
real quick.
MJF,
So
yeah.
Yeah.
dude, the stuff that he's doing is sick. I saw a video the other day. I think I sent it to you.
Yeah.
It showed the old school Bret Hart. Remember?
Mhm.
You
Yeah.
did Bret.
Yeah.
Dad, look! It's supposed to hit me hard! Go get him, champ! Dad, I'm adopted?
That was badass, man. And
That
you know,
was
I
awesome.
wasn't completely sold
Daddy,
on
I'm
sold on
adopted.
him like in the beginning. I thought like his promos were like he was just cussing a lot, and that's how he felt like it was. Oh, that was a good promo because I was cussing a lot.
Yeah.
And I mean, you can definitely see like the difference between his first promos in AEW and now.
Always killing it now.
Man, now he's just popping on all cylinders, man.
Yeah.
Like,
I've always liked him. I don't remember exactly where I saw him, but I saw him in the Indies. I saw him in the Indies, and then before COVID, I saw him again, but I don't remember where I'd seen him. And I'm like, man, I hope this guy gets pushed because he was actually having a good wrestling match too. And so, you know, and I hear in AEW and stuff like that, and it worked out like for him to get out there. And the mic skills was a surprise to me after a while, like y'all said.
yeah.
But he's one of the best heels in the industry right now, and
Yeah.
you know, I hope he does, but I think it'd be a long time. But I hope he does get signed to WWE one day, just to see what they do with him. But he needs to make sure he still runs his years in AEW because he's not gonna be able to talk like that in
They'll
WWE.
Bobby Roode him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They will Bobby Roode him.
Yeah. Man, I don't know if I mean, I want to see him in WWE because I want to see him go up against, you know, a few guys from over there.
yeah,
But man, I don't want him to lose that authenticity.
exactly,
You know what I mean?
exactly. Yeah,
And then I think that would really hurt AEW. You know what I mean? You take out MJF, man. I mean,
It would crush him.
what you can't just get Dolph Ziggler? You know, I'm
yeah,
just
but he's
that
already
was a
getting up
joke.
there age-wise, right?
Yeah,
You know?
no, it's a joke. Hey, I love Dolph, man. I see Dolph going over there, and maybe even Elias since they got fired, and maybe even Emma. You know, she got sent over there. I mean, she
Yo,
got
man,
the
I was
the boot.
so disappointed in that, man. Like, I think Emma is just like, man, you could do so much with her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She was really freaking good, and I don't even think they gave her a chance, like at
Well,
all.
my understanding, I don't know if this is true. I heard it was apparently just a rumor, or it's true. I don't know. But she had just did like they had just did this promo shoot with her, and just got done, and literally like left her the next day. They're like, all right, you're fired. So like they were about to give her some sort of push, but I mean, I guess they had to make some cuts from the
Damn.
whole
Matt Riddle?
deal. Dude, Matt, what did he do? Did you hear what he did,
He
Matt
just
Riddle?
doesn't get along with a lot of the guys in the back. It's his legit
I don't know.
personality just doesn't rub.
A
with
lot of
guys.
stuff's coming out right now, man. Like he even said at one time that like after a UFC fight that he thank you. He he said he smokes marijuana so he doesn't beat his wife and kid. Like, dude, who says that shit?
Dumbasses.
Like, why would you say that, man?
Hey, we weren't we talking about people who?
But I don't know. What was I gonna say? I don't know about Matt Riddle, dude. He's apparently a lot of stuff's coming out now that he's not with WWE, and then his ex. I don't know if it was his ex-wife or his ex, whatever. She was bragging and was like happy that the WWE that he lost his job,
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, she had like tweeted it out and deleted it or whatever, but it was like.
Oh, she deleted it?
Yeah, it was along
Yeah.
the lines of like a ha ha ha
That
type
sucks.
thing.
I mean, that sucks, man.
Well,
Yeah.
Burn some bridges. So, what are you liking in WWE right now, Poetic?
Oh man, Judgment Day.
Yeah.
Like the storyline.
over here.
I was with you, bro. We were here. We were vibing in Lincoln, dude.
The
Like, we were
storyline
like,
going around with Judgment Day, I think it's
love
freaking cool, man. I think, you know what? I wasn't sold on them in the beginning. I thought it was stupid. Like I
Really?
thought, like, man,
I did too. I'm not
I
gonna
hope
lie.
they break up, man. But it grew on me, man. Dominic grew on me. Dude, he's a big freaking heel, and he don't have
Yeah.
to say shit.
Uh-uh.
Yeah, he doesn't have to say anything.
He's one of the most hated heels in WWE right now.
I'll agree with that.
They
Yeah.
you know they do polls with this stuff, right? Like people are getting paid to do all this stuff for WWE now.
Oh yeah,
They
the little
polls.
cards
Yeah,
that they
so
give
that's
at the
how, that's how
shows.
they get some of that. But anyway,
Yeah.
it's just working, man. And I love that he can't talk. I love that, he ran with that prison thing too.
Yeah, dude,
Oh,
that was
man.
hilarious,
Heck yeah.
man. When he got locked up, he was like, hey, I won't make it in jail.
I won't make it in jail. I won't make it in jail. Don't make me in jail.
Dude, so I tell people, man, I'm too pretty and too small to be in jail, bro.
Yeah.
Nope. Two things that don't mix in prison: dude. Good looks and small stature.
Yeah. Roman Reigns.
Okay. So let me ask you this. Were we, and when I say we, because we all went through it, okay, were we that patient with the bloodline that we were with the Judgment Day in the growth of their of their groups?
I think the buildup was different.
Okay.
So I think that's why the patience is different.
Yeah.
Because like the bloodline, it's like family, right? And then you
Correct.
had, like, I'm 100% sure, man, that Paul Heyman had a lot to do with the
the
way that all that was built.
The bloodline?
Yeah.
Your bloodline? Okay,
You know
okay.
what I mean?
Bloodline was predictable. You knew what was coming. You knew Solo was coming. When you got the word Solo was coming up, you knew he was going to Bloodline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though I saw it coming, though, it was still entertaining.
Yeah,
Like,
you
it
didn't
was
know
still
how.
freaking cool. Yeah,
like,
there
we
you
knew
go.
it was going to happen, but we didn't know how. And again, like, now that you look at it, okay, so this is what I'll get pissed off about if this happens. When Roman Reigns does come back, these guys can't win for you. It's too
Gotta win
much, man.
clean. You
Who's
gotta
the guy
win
to beat
clean.
him? He's going to hate me for saying this, but I really do think it's going to be LA Knight.
Ugh.
Because rumors. Remember, I'm just a dumb wrestling fan. Rumors is The Rock has not agreed to anything and probably isn't.
I wouldn't.
So
want
you're
The
not
Rock
going to
be
see
it.
The Rock.
I wouldn't want The Rock.
So who?
to do it either.
So who you talking?
Who do you think? Or
Who I want?
Yeah.
Cody Rhodes.
Cody Rhodes?
Okay.
Cody Rhodes. That's the point of bringing him back.
I'm cool with that. I'm cool with Cody Rhodes. Yeah, I don't think anyone else makes sense.
Yeah.
Cody Rhodes.
Okay.
Not even Priest.
I think the only time that Jey Uso made sense was this last time that they wrestled.
Yeah. If he was going to get a major
If it was
title,
ever going to
would've been
happen, it was
It was
going to
going to
happen.
be then.
Yeah.
And that's what I said too. I was like, man, I wanted Jay to really win that title because it's not going to make any more sense any other time, and unfortunately it didn't. But yeah, you're right. So I hope the only reason why I say LA Knight is because you can go and you can utilize that in so many ways to get it off of him quickly.
Yeah.
And I don't think you need another long champ right after Roman.
No.
I think LA Knight either beats Gunther or who's the mid-card champion on SmackDown right now?
Rey Mysterio. He has
Mysterio.
LA Knight's going to be Rey Mysterio.
Maybe Rey Mysterio, right? I think if he goes for like a big title, it's going to be the World Heavyweight.
Okay.
Right? Like tonight on Raw, Cody Rhodes was like, what did he say? He was like, Jey Uso came over here, so now someone's going to go over there.
Yeah.
And then they interrupted or whatever. So I'm assuming Cody Rhodes is going to SmackDown.
Okay.
God, please let him go to SmackDown. 'Cause
So-
that tells me he's going to get the next shot at Roman. If it's LA Knight, it's going to be LA Knight.
That is a great storyline though. The guy that wanted him on Raw gets him pushed back to SmackDown.
So he can
Or
go back
was this
after Roman.
Cody's plan the whole time?
Yeah.
Yeah, he wants Roman. Give it to him. Give it to all of us. We
Yeah.
all want it.
You took away one of the bloodline guys and bring him to Raw. How pissed would you be if Jey Uso turns again
Back to the
and goes
bloodline?
back to the bloodline?
They'd have been
I
calling
think
it.
it'd be stupid.
It's
I
going to
think
happen.
it'd be...
It's gonna happen.
Yeah. I would say, hey, Vince is back.
Oh man, he never left.
Ooh.
He's never, dude. Vince is never leaving.
No.
I think
He's
so,
gonna
bro.
have to die.
I think like he isn't complete in complete control. I think he puts his little ideas here and there, right? But there's a
Yeah.
huge difference. A huge difference from when he was in charge of creative versus
Oh yeah, I
where
can see
he's
it, too.
only, moving a few things here and there. You know what I mean?
God, if he was in total control of creative, Bloodline would not have gone on for 3 years.
Yeah. dude.
Really? I think he's the one that's behind Roman holding on to the belt for so long.
It's
Like the
think it's Triple H?
pay-per-views,
Triple H, Paul Heyman.
the pay-per-views right now, man, like they feel exciting again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, for sure.
Uh,
They absolutely do. I actually feel I feel excited. Honestly, bro, I feel excited for No Mercy this Saturday for NXT. NXT has gotten to a point for me after going. When I went, I was really never behind too much of it. I didn't see any of the Kevin Owens. I didn't see any of Seth Rollins. I didn't see any Roman Reigns there. But after I went to the Great American Bash in Cedar Park, it changed my mind on NXT, and so I watch as much as I can. But I'm actually
Yeah.
gonna watch this Saturday.
I'm actually not an NXT guy.
Really?
I was an NXT guy when you just
When
named
I-
all
when I
those
missed
names.
it,
When it was
yeah.
Tommaso Ciampa,
Oh yeah.
Johnny Gargano, the Undisputed Era.
Realest guys in the room. How you doing?
How you doing?
Yeah,
missed that guy
like
too.
all that, man, was
Yeah.
when it was at its best. After that,
And that
man,
was
I
all Triple
just-
H, right?
Yeah. When he was
Yeah.
running NXT.
Yeah, and I
What's-
think now it's Shawn Michaels.
Oh yeah, Shawn Michaels is
And
doing
he's
his
just
thing there.
corny,
man.
bro. Like
Shawn
and I-
Michaels?
yeah, and I see a lot of it in there.
He is, dude. He's like that old guy that just doesn't want to get put down at the farm.
And what's up with these like wrestling names, bro?
Which ones?
Like,
what
have
you
you
got?
heard like I don't know, man.
Let's
They're
look
just
at the roster. Let's look at the roster real quick.
I think part of the problem with the wrestling names is
like
that for so long they
Braun
were,
Breaker.
Well, it's 'cause
Oh, yeah, Braun Breaker.
for
That's
so long we were going with like natural names. Like we went
That's
away
Rick
from
Steiner's
gimmick
son, isn't it?
names
That's
to
Rick
natural
Steiner's son?
names to now they're trying to like do a mix,
Yeah,
and it's shit is what they're mixing. They're mixing
Yeah.
shit stew.
it's like Braun Breaker and just a lot of dumb freaking names, man. Like
Karrion Cross. Isn't that
Yeah.
is it
That's
Karrion?
good.
Is
Yeah,
it Karrion or Killian or something like that?
it was supposed to. Well, because his indie name was Killer Cross. The best
Oh, they
could-
got them all together on WWE. They got all of them together, like as superstars.
Hey, are you wearing a faded ass rock shirt for
Here,
the
no.
t-shirt contest? Is that
I'm
really-
wearing. This isn't actually a faded shirt. I
It
got
looks
this
faded.
shirt like 2 months ago at
Bullshit. bullshit?
was it Hollister?
I'm calling bullshit.
Yeah, they sell this shirt, bro.
Yeah.
Straight
The
bullshit.
Rock's daughter is Ava Rain.
Ava Rain, Elisa Taylor, Amari Miller, Andre Chase. I don't like that Chase group.
Nah,
That
it's a
cheerleader
waste of
group.
time.
Yeah, Ava is the Rock's. Baron Corbin went back down there.
Oh, of
You got
course.
Blair Davenport. Davenport. BOA or Boa. Is it Boa, the Indian Asian guy?
I don't know, man.
I think it's Boa.
Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Look at that guy.
You
Yeah, I don't know.
serious?
I forgot who that guy is. He
Yeah.
better be good looking like that. Yeah, they got some.
Be prepared to always be on the dark cards and opening.
Yeah, they got some random guys on here. That's for sure.
Dumbass.
But yeah, they got some guys that are definitely looking good.
Baron Corbin talking about a
Better.
guy whose career just imploded on itself.
The Gabe Stevenson, they fucked up on that guy, dude.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
man, I'm surprised that he wasn't part of that release list.
Yeah. I was mad that they let Mustafa go, man.
Oh, Mustafa Ali,
Dude,
he
that
was
guy,
killing it,
that
man. He was
guy is
killing
one.
it.
If I can compare him to not the wrestler, the worker that he was like an Alberto Del Rio.
Oh yeah,
You can put him in the main events, you can put him in where you needed him,
yeah.
and he was going to get the job done. But you just let a good worker go.
While
Now
he's
that's the guy I
playing-
want to see in AEW. That's for sure.
So while he's playing with his phone, you're in the music industry. Who do you think right now has the best entrance music, and who do you think from the '90s had the best entrance music?
Wesley, that's that guy. Wesley, he's a better guy too.
Oh, Wesley's badass.
Yeah, that's the guy I was looking for before I put my phone down.
Man,
Yeah,
best
from a
entrance music.
Yeah, from a music aspect. I mean, you can use anything you want from any of them, even if it was like for the one-time pay-per-view entrance.
Dude, you know, I have like Cody Rhodes' theme music is always stuck in my head.
Mm-hmm.
It always gets stuck in my head, dude.
The whoa.
Yeah.
Did you know that he had that in everything song?
Yeah.
Everything song. Did you know that, Remy?
I did not.
Yeah. Yeah,
I just found that out the other day.
And Impact, I think, is when he first came out with it.
Yeah. He had it some way, somehow, always in his song, The Woe.
I like Dominic Mysterio's slowed down version of I guess it's like Rey Mysterio's.
Yeah.
Is it his? I'm going to look that up. Oh, it's on my other phone. It's a Rey Mysterio.
Lauren.
I like
He runs like a girl.
Karrion Kross's entrance.
Okay. Okay, so from like the 90s, early 2000s.
90s theme music, probably DX.
Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that shit was always catchy. Got you pumped up.
Mine was always the car crash for Mick Foley.
Yeah, that was cool too.
Not that one,
Love
right?
that.
That was his first theme song, but then there's the Judgment Day one. There you go.
Is this one it?
Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah. That sounds pretty tight.
That's bad.
Heck yeah, man.
Oh, Stone Cold, the Disturbed version.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, that one was a shit too.
That was so good.
Yeah, that was
that
badass.
that whole they created a whole album, right? During the like that aggression time, or
Yeah.
what was it?
Mhm.
Yeah, because they had different bands playing the different entrants. Because Triple H had Motorhead.
Yeah. He always had Motorhead though,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That was always his thing, is Motorhead.
Mhm.
Yeah. Who do you know who made Rey Mysterio's music? Like the Latino?
No.
Because it was a rapper, right? I think it was a rapper.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I mean, he's had like two different ones, right?
Yeah, I think so. I
He
think
had the Who's That
Jumping
Jumping
Out the
Yeah,
Stop.
there's that one
Yeah.
and the one he has now.
okay.
But nah, I don't know.
Man, there's been some really cool music in the WWE, and I love when they can collab. But you never really saw too much of a big like artist, a really big artist, come in and do some type of music other than with Sasha Banks, right? Like didn't
Oh,
Snoop
she has
Dogg,
Snoop Dogg,
right?
yeah.
Other than that,
Dude,
So you trying to tell me that Snoop Dogg's bigger than Motorhead?
well, like
universally, yeah.
Yeah.
Universally, yeah.
sorry, bro,
Fuck that.
you're telling me Motorhead made more money than Snoop Dogg?
I don't know about that.
Okay,
But I don't know about that because
Right.
I really don't know. But I would say like Snoop Dogg is a lot more known than Motorhead.
yeah, touche. That's true.
Dumbasses.
But Bray Wyatt, dude, this last theme music he had
Oh yeah,
was freaking badass.
That was
man.
a
Code
badass
Orange
song.
is badass.
yeah.
The Fiend version was badass, man.
Yeah.
Bray Wyatt's the reason why I started watching wrestling again.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I quit for like a long time. And then my son started talking about Bray Wyatt, Wyatt family.
What was it about his character that drew you back?
Oh, dude, it was so believable. It was believable, and he was good at it. And his promos, like, I mean, you know how I am with promos and being on the mic. You know, I hate when people get on the mic and they can't talk. It's annoying as hell. You get a guy like Bray Wyatt on the mic who I'm telling people, like, shut up. You know, like I'm trying to listen to him. You get me with that, man, you can botch all day. I don't care. If you kill it on the mic, dude, you're selling your story in the ring. Because I say it all the time. You need somebody on the mic to tell your story. So if I can get a guy that gets in the ring for me, and when he cuts his promo, he does 90% of my job as an announcer from the table, why would I not love that guy?
Yeah. There were some times where I didn't understand his shit, but I think, okay, so with that being said, was I not supposed to understand some of it?
So it's kind of like any promo, really. He's trying to reach a specific crowd and a specific mindset out of somebody. And if you can't put yourself in the perilous world that he's talking about, then you're not going to fully understand. It's going to sound like gibberish or like kind of almost like he's repeating himself.
Yeah.
But each promo that I've ever listened to his has always been different. He uses similarities like everybody does, but all of them were different, and everyone spoke to me differently, and I believed everyone, and I was willing to go down the rabbit hole with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say he was like real subliminal. If you listen to a lot of his promos, man, some of it's like biblical. man, like he's talking a lot of stuff, man, that like
The Eater of
goes,
the Worlds.
Man, what does he talk about? He talks about like the monster with 9 crowns, or I don't know how many crowns coming from the ocean. That's in the Bible.
Yeah. Okay. So some deep shit.
Yeah, man.
Because I'm looking at these promos like Undertaker. Like when I was a kid as the Undertaker, like I'm just trying to be open minded. Because at first I didn't get it, and I mean I'll be real with you. If you bring him back to Undertaker's era, I'd probably been scared just like I was much scared as the Undertaker.
Yeah.
But I was trying to get where he was kind of going, but I guess I just didn't speak that type of language in a way.
Yeah,
I didn't understand.
I would say he was on the mic. He was ahead of his time.
Yeah. Okay. There you go.
Yeah.
God, so far.
Yeah.
Dude. I can't think of anybody active right now that could hold the slightest bit of a candle to what Bray Wyatt could do on a microphone.
Yeah. Man,
like I said, if you were willing to like open your mind to what he was saying and understand that there's pieces to all his promos, and if you can just let yourself dive down into what he was talking about, you understand him more. Like whenever you understand that he had depression issues, just where he came from, all the mental problems that he was going through.
Yeah.
And whenever he was on the mic, when I say I was willing to go down the rabbit hole with him, whenever he was on the mic, like I understood, what it was he was saying, because he wasn't just cutting a wrestling promo; he was venting.
Yeah.
He was releasing. You know what I mean?
I would get scared. I got scared when I found out about him having mental issues and being that character. I'm like, man, he's just expressing himself. But after a while, you just start thinking about these guys. Dude, I care about these wrestlers more than I care about some actors, bro. Like, we grew up with these guys, I remember bawling when Eddie passed away, man. Like, you just get behind these guys so much. But and I hope it doesn't sound bad, but like whenever like things were happening with him, we're hearing, I'm like, oh man, I hope it wasn't something mental. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, man.
Yeah.
When he passed, man, I was like,
Not suicide. Not suicide.
Yeah, exactly.
Shit,
Okay, thank you.
that shit hit me.
That's what I really didn't want. Yeah.
That shit hit me, man, because I was like, and I mean, I didn't cry or anything, but I felt it.
Yeah,
you know what
exactly.
I mean? Because I was like, man, I knew that he lost his uncle. I knew that he lost Brody Lee. You know what I mean? And like, I'm sure he was going through it. I'm like, you don't get over that in a year or two.
Heck no.
The
man.
promo he cut when he came back this last time, and he talks about like, this is me.
Yeah.
Like, this is me talking to you. And there's never a point where he stops that and it switches, where if you're paying really close enough attention, you can tell when he stops being the personal and he's talking about the wrestling. But when he's talking about the personal, he's talking about, I lost my uncle. I lost somebody really close to me. And I've been dealing with these demons. And I want to thank y'all because y'all brought me back. Y'all called to me. Y'all brought me back. And, dude, I felt every word he was saying. Yeah. And then that's why whenever he did pass, my first thought was like, not suicide. Please, not suicide.
Yeah.
And to hear that it wasn't, it was just like, it was a weight off the shoulders. I never met the guy. I never got to do any meet and greets. I didn't know him personally, but his character has me so involved that, I was emotionally attached to him in a way because I was bought in. I believed what he was doing.
Yeah.
I think what got me was like he had kids.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah,
Fuck
man.
yeah. I got kids.
And,
daughters.
And it's just like, man, because he still had like 2 little babies, man. And you just think that, man, just like, man, like I would never want to leave this earth, before my time, and you know what I mean.
Yeah. Every entertainer and every pro wrestler that I've ever shook hands with and met, I've always told him, thank you for your time and thank you for entertaining us, because all that time that he was on the road, he
could have been spending with
family.
family.
Been spending with family, and look at him, man. He died at a young age, and
was he 36?
Yeah,
36.
I actually had the blessing of meeting him, bro. I was actually supposed to go meet John Cena at a WrestleCon.
Of course.
And so they canceled.
Of course.
They canceled him, and they actually gave us the Bella twins and Wyatt.
Oh, way better.
And
way better. Way better.
This John Cena fan me was actually upset, but
I bet you cried.
after the year, after it went by, like a good couple months goes by, even a year, I'm like, dude, I'm so glad I got to meet him. And then never knew obviously this was gonna happen, but whenever I met him, he was still doing the rocking chair, and it was still kind of fresh, So, But man, yeah, just a great person, great talent to lose, and even hearing after he's passing all the things that he did for everybody in the locker room,
Yeah.
like that was awesome to hear too. So it's crazy stuff, man. But his music was the stuff. I loved it, and his character was the shit. I knew there was more to it when after they did the whole Randy Orton burned him.
Yeah.
The crisp, but man, yeah, man, I wish it's gonna suck. It would have been cool to see him come back. So.
Oh yeah.
For sure.
He would have been the one to beat Roman Reigns.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
With that.
Yeah, I would have been cool with that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was another thing I was gonna say. His character, they made us really believe in his character too. Like he wouldn't lose, and he was kicking everybody's ass, and he'd come out of nowhere, and they did it well, man. I loved how they ran that character, bro. It was killer. That was awesome. Heck yeah.
Shit, yeah.
So Monday Night Raw ended with
Better than Monday Night Football.
oh yeah, I'm not too sure how that went.
Tampa Bay lost.
Oh yeah, your team. Who'd they play?
We played the Eagles. Got our asses stomped.
What was the score? Was it worse than 70-20?
No, it wasn't that bad.
The Dolphins whooped some ass, bro.
Dude, 70 freaking points, bro. God.
Did you see some of those highlights? Homeboy was just tossing the ball, just tossing it to the side.
And Lauren brought that one up because she actually didn't you watch the game?
I watched part of it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Dude, just toss it.
Yeah,
He
the
just
shovel,
tossed-
old school shovel pass.
toss
Back.
them in.
I mean, amazing what the Dolphins can do. And everybody sells them short because they're like, oh, Tua's injury prone.
I was about to say, wasn't that the guy that everybody's talking shit about?
Yeah, because he had a bad rookie year. Like so many other like Joe Burrow's rookie year.
That was a Mr. 830 rookie. That was an 830 year, bro. Two concussions.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. Trevor Lawrence's rookie year. Look at his rookie year. Look at what he's done since.
Oh, that's rough, man.
They got to the playoffs last season.
Poetic, you into football?
Nope.
No football at all? Man, I'm really not much into football. These guys got me.
You a Cowboys fan. Look at he's all blue and silver.
No Cowboys
now.
fan?
I'm all blue
He's
for
hiding
different
because of
reasons.
Cowboys lost.
He's all on blue for other reasons.
But nah, yeah, I'm not really never liked football. Man, just WWE, UFC.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay,
Man.
so you're straight up fighting, and
So,
so you're a TKO fan now from now on.
who do you want Sean Strickland to fight first? Duplessis or a rematch with Adesanya? Do you think
man,
Adesanya should get
I'm
another rematch? Because
I'm
he
not
lost,
even-
rematched, got it back, and now lost again.
Probably I can't pronounce his name, but the white African, I guess you could call
Dricus
him.
Duplessis.
Yeah.
Duplessis.
Dude, I remember all these names, bro. What the hell?
I watch UFC.
Well, touche, but still.
I watch UFC. I pay attention to the relevant names right now.
Or they call him DDP.
Yeah,
Yeah.
DDP.
They call him DDP?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Why?
they do. Dricus Duplessis.
No, you can't have that
Because it's
name.
easier to say his name, I guess.
No, you can't have that name. He's not allowed to have that
Dricus
shit.
Duplessis is a real name. Diamond Dallas Page
When-
was made up.
When he becomes the
All I know
world
is-
heavyweight champion, hey, he saves lives. I want you to know that, right?
Oh, dude, yeah. What DDP does with his DDP yoga?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
That's funny. Okay, so Strickland. So you think Strickland's
I don't
gonna,
like Adesanya. I've never been a fan of his. I've always thought he was boring.
Yeah.
I liked his fights until he pulled that crap with
Yeah.
Duplessis after Duplessis got
Lost
his
a
last
lot
win.
of respect out of us on that one.
I mean, I kind of got why he did it. I mean, I didn't agree with it, but I understood why he did it. It was because you have that dude telling Adesanya he's not a real African.
Oh, so he had him talk mess already.
So,
Yeah.
Okay, talk to me, Remy. You look like you want to say something.
one, that's not exactly what he said.
It's exactly what he said.
he got
There's a video where he says exactly that.
So he gets asked about what it would mean for him to win a UFC championship. And in his own words, he said that he felt like he would be the first true UFC African champion. And when asked why, because Adesanya does not reside in Africa. Usman does not reside in Africa. Ngannou does not reside in Africa. Where does Duplessis reside? Africa. Where does he train? Africa. Where was he born? Africa. When he comes to the U.S. and fights, and when he's done, where does he go? Africa. Where do these other three African champs go? Back to America. I mean, I'm not saying I blame them. I wouldn't go to Africa either. I'm gonna stay here.
I mean, it's like if I'm born in Asia, I'm not an Asian. I was born there. I'm an Asian citizen.
That's
he's an African citizen.
Do you hold
But
on?
I don't
So
think he's African.
when he explained this, did he say like he was the only African?
He felt like he would be the first true UFC African champion.
Yeah.
Because that's where he would take the belt back to, not to visit for a parade. That's where the belt would go back to reside.
Do you think
and I
he
do
was
disagree a little bit. If
Yeah.
I'm born in Africa and I'm raised in Africa, just because my skin's white doesn't make me European.
I don't know.
Where I'm born and where I'm raised, bro, is what I am. I was born and
That's
raised
true.
in Texas. I'm a fucking Texan, dude. You can call me Irish all you want because you go check my shit. And yeah, my DNA and my history is going to tell me that I was Irish. But what am I? I'm a fucking Texan, bro.
That's true.
I'm an American.
Yeah, that's true.
But I mean, I agree with that. Right.
So if I'm born in Africa and I'm raised in Africa and that's where I've spent all my life, man, you better not be fucking calling me no European. I'm African, bitch. Fuck you. Whitest African you ever fucking seen, but goddamn it, I'm African.
Yeah. I agree with that, right? But like when I check my applications, I have to check Hispanic. I have to check Mexican American.
Because they're asking for your race.
You know what I'm saying? I can't check American.
Yeah, I had to
can't
do
check
this thing the other day. Said that
You know what I mean?
we're considered Caucasian.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
So
true.
you're checking
But-
for race. What Duplessis was answering was not a race question.
Oh, like
But at
It was a
the same time,
nationality.
if you're an African or if you're black,
Yeah.
right?
And if you're living here, you're
Right.
African
If
American.
you're black and you have a white guy that's from your motherland telling you that you are not the first African or African American or where's he from? Where's Adesanya from?
Adesanya's actually from New Zealand.
Yeah, he's
or
New
the
Zealand.
first African New Zealand,
Yeah.
right? Like, I could see why he would take offense to that. Is what I'm saying.
Had
You know
he
what I
been
mean?
like born and raised in Africa, then came here and moved to New Zealand, then maybe yeah. But you weren't born and raised in Africa, bro. So.
No, yeah, but what I'm saying is I could see why he would take offense to that. You know what I mean? We can't understand it. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause
Yeah.
I'm not black,
We're not black. We don't
not black.
understand. Yeah.
right?
I hate that argument for everything.
It-
You can't understand because you're not black. Well, then you can't understand because you're not fucking ginger, okay? It's just, I'm going to say it. I'm
There
gonna
you
say
go.
it. You
I
can't understand
can't-
you're not
Because
ginger.
you're not ready.
yeah, I can't understand being ginger. You know what I mean?
It sucks, bro. It's hard sometimes.
We have no souls.
I have lots of souls, sir. Every single one you see, all these dots you see right here, bro, I got lots of them. Okay.
But yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
jeez.
Like I said, I don't agree with how he went about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I get why he was pissed off about it.
So I can understand,
Yeah.
okay, be pissed and use it for motivation for a fight.
Mm-hmm.
But to go into a ring and try to provoke somebody into dropping a racial slur, which if Duplessis would have said it back, he would have got canceled.
Oh, that would have been crazy.
He would
But
have got
yeah,
canceled.
I kind
Oh,
of.
yeah, but like I said, yeah, I don't agree with how he went about it.
Yeah, I agree. Be mad.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Be mad. Use it for your fight. Use all the tools you can. That's what they got to do. Intense it up. Make it kind of personal so you can get out there and do what these guys got to do. But to drop into a ring after a guy wins and to drop a racial slur, not once, not twice, not 3 times, just over and over again, and trying to bait him into saying it,
Yeah.
dude, was the biggest bitch move by Adesanya. And that moment right there, I was like, I hope he loses his fucking belt, and I hope he loses it bad.
Man, it was cringe worthy, man. Like it was real cringy.
Yeah. I
And
was.
the fact that Dana White
it
was
just
like,
felt
"He's
uncomfortable. To be honest with you, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. I was on Discord and I was like, they're like, I went like this for a little bit, like.
Yeah, dude, it was like inward,
Like,
inward,
yeah.
inward. Say it. You're African. Say it. It's like, bro, like,
Well, I mean, if he's African, he could say it, I guess.
no, bro, it's a fucking racial slur. Then it's a racial slur for everybody.
Oh,
That's just
jeez.
how it's got to be. You want equality?
would've-
Then if it's a racial slur for me or for you or for you, then
Where were
it's a
they at
racial
that
slur for
night? Do you
everybody.
know where they were at?
Madison Square Garden.
Madison Square Garden. Madison Square Garden. Yeah, that's He would probably they would have had a riot, bro, if he would have said something.
Yeah. But outside of that, I think. Yeah, ignorance is bliss.
Oh, ignorance is bliss.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, man, he wasn't gonna say it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
could.
Yeah.
Couldn't. And I feel like that made Duplessis have to make the decision to step back away and not take the title fight, which is why Strickland got it on short notice.
Nah, man, I think he should have took the fight. If you're given an opportunity and you're 100%, why not take it?
Yeah.
Sean Strickland took it.
I like Duplessis. Well, Strickland didn't take it under the premises that Duplessis would have taken it under. Duplessis knew the attention that would have came from that fight would have been nothing but race.
You're telling me your boss comes to you and like, hey, you want to own this business?
I don't. Do you want to own the business?
Yeah, I think if Sean Strickland was was in the same situation, he would have took it.
Oh yeah, but Sean Strickland's a different white dude.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying?
Duplessis got more. What would you say? Stature to himself. He knew that if he took this fight based upon what just transpired in the octagon, that's what everything would have been about it. It would have all been centered around race, and he didn't want his possible title victory or his first title option, or what would you call it, title chance, to be tainted by something like that. I agreed with him 100%. He went on Joe Rogan podcast and talked about it. I agreed with it 100%.
I haven't seen it yet.
Wait, who did? Sean Strickland?
Duplessis.
Duplessis.
DDP.
Yeah, that's why he didn't take the fight,
DDP.
which I respect. If that is naturally why he didn't take the fight, I respect that.
Yeah.
Strickland stepped in on short notice.
Man,
Even
he
if
lost
they-
out on money. You know how much money that fight would have made because of that?
Yeah, Strickland's a rich ass motherfucker.
No
right
offense,
now,
but
dude.
you know
I'm
how
agreed.
you know
No,
how,
that
you
fight
know how
made
many
money.
non-black people would have been like, "Hey, man, I really
That
want to
fight
see this
made
guy
money,
lose."
but if he would have took that fight would have made way more money
So much more money than what Strickland got.
because of that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So
Me, I would have taken it because, like I said, I don't do you want to own the business. You damn right, motherfucker. Give me this business. Let me make my money.
That's what I'm saying. You'll take that opportunity when you have
dude.
it. You know
And
what I
again,
mean?
I'm a different white boy, dude. Fuck you, pay me, okay?
you want me to get my ass whooped? Well, all right.
Yeah, you're
How
going to have
much?
to pay me for it, but yeah, I'm going to do it.
So who's Chimae's fighting?
Chimaeva's fighting Paulo Costa.
Paulo Acosta.
Yeah, Acosta's
Acosta.
getting his ass knocked out.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't like Chimaev, man.
I don't either.
I cannot stand that freaking
Really?
dude,
I
man.
hate that guy, but yeah, he's going to
I don't like Acosta either.
I don't. Yeah,
Especially after the excuses that he was coming up with when he lost Adesanya.
I was hungover.
Yeah. So
Hey, bro, you're a professional and you were drinking.
He said he was
night-
hungover.
Yeah. That was one
From
of
the
his
night before.
Yeah, that was one of his excuses. Is that he was hungover.
it's your
like,
first
bro,
title shot.
Why would you do that to yourself?
You're a
an
professional.
excuse.
Idiot, dude.
Yeah, it was just an excuse for being.
So when do they fight? 96.
yeah, UFC 296.
When's that?
December.
Damn, we gotta
Can
wait
you
that
look
long.
up? UFC 296.
Dang, really?
No. I think it's October. I think
Is
it's
it
October.
Yeah, that one's October because Jones fights in December.
Jones fights in November, and it's Leon Edwards and Colby Covington in December.
So that actually got split into two cards. Jones is going to be in December because he didn't want to be on the same card as Colby Covington.
Why? Why? Oh, I love this one.
No.
So it's not
Covington.
December 16th,
Which one?
UFC 296.
The Jones and Stipe. Jones and Stipe is in November. Leon Edwards and Covington is in December.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
They got split.
Oh, I don't know if that's true though.
Yeah. Oh no, they were supposed to be on the same card. The Covington and Edwards was supposed to be the co-main event. John Jones doesn't like Colby Covington.
Yeah, Jones and Stipe is 295, but that's November 11th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
were supposed to be-
December 16th.
Because they
you
asked
got-
Dana White, and Dana White was like, "I have no idea what you're talking about."
But yeah, that's just what he's gonna say.
I don't know, man. He's pretty known for saying like stuff he shouldn't say.
When it comes
But-
to Jones here lately, he's been kind of.
But I wouldn't like. I wouldn't put it past him. I mean, I'm sure if he made that request, he's got that pull to make it happen.
Yeah,
You know
on
what I
the
mean?
Ariel Helwani show, Colby Covington Colby Covington talks about it.
Oh, well, I don't really like Colby Covington, so I don't really like a lot of the stuff that comes out of his mouth. So
I love that guy, dude.
I think he's stupid, bro. The
Love
thing
that
with
guy.
him, man, is that like he's fake, like he's
Yeah.
a gimmick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In
But what did that
UFC, I
gimmick
just
do?
feel like it don't belong there, man. Like not in the UFC. Go to
Dude.
WWE.
If you look, so perfect example, right? You look back at Demetrius Johnson pay-per-view sales and his payout in the UFC is one of the lowest, okay, for a title holder. Do you know why?
Dude,
Because he walked up to every challenger, shook their hand, was polite, pointed out where areas they were good in, pointed out what he was going to try and do to counter it. Then he would go out there quietly, do his thing, win, and nobody gave a shit. Who cares? Why is Colby Covington getting another title shot right now? Because he's fucking stupid. He's loud, he's funny, he's arrogant, and he says shit that he probably shouldn't fucking say, but
Yeah.
nobody else is saying.
I really hope he doesn't win.
the thing is,
that
like
happens
they
in
were
the
about to
UFC.
let him go.
Yeah,
Be- before- yeah.
until he started
The thing
being
is,
this
man,
he
character.
started the gimmick.
You look at Conor McGregor. He's not a gimmick. That's who he is.
Dude, it started
Right.
out as a gimmick.
Uh,
Started out as a gimmick.
Nah, man.
Dude,
I
watch
wouldn't
that-
even say it started out as a gimmick.
If
I
you're-
want to say it's more of a gimmick now. But the thing
Yeah,
is,
it's more of a gimmick now. I think
when
so,
he
too.
first started, bro,
Oh,
that
confidence.
dude was cold blooded.
Oh, yeah.
Man, that dude he got on the mic and he said, "There's not one man in this world that can beat me." You know what I mean? He believed in that shit.
Oh yeah, he did.
You look at John Jones. He's not the most entertaining. Even before he was getting arrested and stuff like that, man.
Still
I
whooping
mean,
ass.
I watched
people were
every
still paying
pay-per-view.
for his fights.
I watched
Right.
every pay-per-view he was on.
GSP, boring as hell. You know what I mean?
Everybody watched
People were
to see
still
him lose.
buying his fights. You see, you don't really need a gimmick. You don't really need what Colby Covington is doing, right? Who's? I mean, look at Sean Strickland. That's just him. That's not a gimmick.
Have you seen that podcast with Joe Rogan and Sean Strickland?
Yeah.
Remy?
Yeah.
Dude, that one was kind of cringy myself.
Yeah. But I think he
damn.
has a lot of mental issues.
Yeah.
You
But
know what
dude,
I mean?
if
You
you
know how
don't-
like some people, when they feel uncomfortable, they laugh,
Yeah, that's
or when
that's
they don't
him.
like something. Like, with him, it's not laughing. He just says stupid shit.
Vomits
You know
at
what I
the
mean?
mouth.
There you go.
But if you don't say those type of things that draw you that kind of attention, the heat, then you fade away. Like you were saying, Colby Covington was going to get cut
Yeah.
until he came up with the gimmick. Conor McGregor, like, yeah, he always had that confidence, but when did people start taking real notice of Conor McGregor? Whenever he was
Probably
trash
his
talking
second fight.
Aldo.
Who
the second
has he
fight.
lost to too? Who has Covington lost to?
Covington, he's lost
He's
twice
lost
to Usman.
Twice.
Twice to Usman,
Usman.
Yeah.
and then
I
I
don't
think
remember.
those are only 2 UFC losses.
Nah, he has
No,
one
he has
more
three.
loss.
He has one
before
more.
that. I
Will
just
you
forgot
check
who
that
it
for us
was.
real quick,
Yeah.
one?
Colby Covington, UFC.
Yeah,
loss.
I think he has 3, and
But
then
The thing is, man, if Colby Covington wasn't a boring fighter, he wouldn't have had to have created a gimmick. The thing is, man, is
That's true.
he's going over there sniffing crotches and dry humping everyone's legs. I don't want to see that for 5 rounds, man.
I don't either. But
You know
I
what I
want to
mean?
see somebody knock him the fuck out.
yeah. So that's what I'm saying. I hope Leon knocks him. If he wins,
Nah, I
oh
hope
my
Colby wins.
God, we're gonna hear
I mean,
so much
I
crap,
hate
bro.
Leon.
The
I hate Leon.
the
You
reason
know
why
somebody's got to win.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you want Covington to win.
I do want Colby to win.
Alves.
Oh, Alvarez.
Who was it?
Alves.
Oh, okay.
the thing is, man, the reason why Colby Covington had like these last fights were good was because he could not wrestle with him. You had Usman, who was a great freaking
Oh,
wrestler,
yeah.
who was just canceling him out. Robbie Lawler, when he went up against Robbie Lawler, it was like you couldn't take. I mean, he ended up knocking him out.
Yeah.
He ended up knocking out Robbie Lawler. He finished him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So I think Covington won the second fight with Usman. First one, yeah, he got
What?
Yeah.
No.
Usman got the win in the first one because he broke his jaw or whatever, but got the stoppage in the 5th round. I feel like Covington did enough in the second fight.
I don't know.
I think he could have pushed a little harder in the 5th, but I still think he took that fight.
I don't think he deserves a damn. I don't even think he deserves a damn title shot right now.
Oh,
No.
no.
Like,
But is it
I mean,
gonna
there's
sell?
nobody else you can give that to.
Yeah.
Like,
So
come on.
the first one, it was just an ass whipping, right? And I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, he gave it to Usman as well. right? And then the second one, he did better, but he still lost. You know, in my opinion, I mean,
It is what it is, man. It's gonna be some good fights, man.
That's what I love about
finish off the
UFC,
year.
man.
And I don't think McGregor's gonna fight obviously this year.
nah.
No.
So okay, so let's
He might not even
let's end.
fight.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
let's end with this right now. Let's end with this because we're already over an hour. Everybody that snapped their leg never has been the same again. Do you think his changes? Do you think his career changes and comes back, or do you think he'll never be the same again?
Dude, he's fucking bringing it back for us. Like he said, what was it, 10 years ago? He's not here to take part. He's here to take over.
He's gonna take over.
And that's what's going to happen from the Irishman.
Okay, so
It's
with that
coming
being
home.
said, does he fight Chandler and win?
Please, fucking God, let him win. I want him to win so bad.
When does he
dude.
fight?
They were shooting for late January, early February, but every other week there's some kind of report coming out.
Yeah,
about
well,
him,
he hasn't put himself in USADA. Is it USADA?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he has to put himself in that and then give himself 6 months. And
He's trying to
Yeah,
get
they
them
saw the
steroids
point.
yeah,
out.
he's trying to get all that out right now. So
Yeah.
I don't blame him. What about you, brother? What about you, Poetic?
Oh man, I don't know if he wins or not. Cause Chandler is a beast, bro. He's explosive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he'll take a hit.
Connor's
you know?
got to finish him in the first.
So if he loses, he should retire.
I think the same thing.
I don't think there's
Either way,
yeah.
whoever loses
Yeah.
needs to retire.
I think he needs to retire from the UFC if he loses, and then just go to boxing.
Patty Pimblett and Tony Ferguson are fighting.
Oh yeah, I heard about
We got to
that.
end
That's
on
do or
that.
die. For
Okay,
Tony
let's end on that.
Ferguson.
Okay, what do you think?
I think Dana set this up to be Ferguson's retirement fight and to give this to be the excuse to give Pimblett a title shot. It takes care of two birds, one stone. If Patty wins,
What weight division is he in? What weight division?
bantamweight, I think, right? Is it bantamweight?
No, it's lightweight.
Yeah,
Lightweight.
Lightweight.
Okay.
Yeah.
So okay, go ahead.
It's two birds with one stone. If Patty Pimblett wins, it's the excuse to give him a title shot and say he's verified because he beat Ferguson. And it gives you a reason to not re-sign Ferguson. Because if I'm not mistaken, this is the last fight on Ferguson's contract, too.
And I want to say this would be like 5 fights in a row.
Yeah, like fast fights
That
for
he's
Ferguson.
Yeah.
Oh, it'll be 6.
Yeah. It's be
Oh,
6.
6.
Yeah,
It'll be
6.
6.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be 6.
Ever since the
And he's going saying he's saying he's in his prime, bro. Have you seen this?
who said
Yeah,
that?
I think
Ferguson.
I think he's got brain damage, man.
Before this last fight, dude, he went
Yeah.
on and on his Twitter or something, like he was out there like Ariel Helwani. He said that I'm in the prime of my life. This is the best version of Tony Ferguson y'all are
Lord,
ever
can
gonna
we find
see.
out how old
And
that
then
guy
he
is?
got smashed.
Ferguson.
Yeah, man.
Like I used to love him, but his time's over.
Oh my
Like it is just
gosh.
like Korean Zombie. Whenever he was fighting, when they signed him to fight Max Holloway, I knew what that fight was.
Yeah,
I'll be
that was
scared for him.
retirement.
I'll
That
be
was Zombie's
really
retirement
scared
fight.
for him if he doesn't. Dude, the way he gets hit, and he just stays up. Like, dude, that's scary, bro.
dude,
Pimblett
his
hits
fight
hard.
with
Scary.
Gaethje.
Oh, that was
Man.
nasty, dude.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
It was like he
nasty.
was
like block,
glitching.
bro.
Like that when they stopped it and he kept taking those punches. It was like he
Yeah.
was glitching. Like he didn't his body didn't know what to do anymore.
Yeah,
He's 39.
Yeah,
39.
yeah. I think
39 years old, man.
18 years in the UFC.
he was
I
already
think.
having mental issues too. Because I think he got arrested for like hitting his wife or something like
Oh
that.
damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah,
And
he assaulted his wife.
So this was recent.
Yeah, he assaulted his wife, and his mother-in-law called the police. I think it was like 2-3 years ago, right?
a little over a year.
Right? Closer
Maybe
to
2 years,
right?
something like that. Yeah.
Right around 2 years ago. Yeah, his mother-in-law called the police, and
Maybe
was
he
bad.
should smoke weed
Maybe he
like
should.
Matt Riddle.
for real.
Oh no, maybe Matt was smoking the wrong weed.
Who smokes reefer? That's the devil's lettuce. You don't touch that,
devil's
children.
lettuce.
You don't touch that.
So is this going to be Tony Ferguson's last match, no matter what, win or loss, or you think he continues if he wins?
No, I don't. I think if he loses, Dana White uses it as an excuse not to re-sign him. If he wins, Dana White's got to find another reason not to re-sign him.
Dang. Okay. What about you, Poetic?
I think that he's gonna do whatever he wants to do. And
PFL, here I come.
yeah, win or
Dude,
lose,
bare knuckle fight.
win or lose. I think he's gone, and I think shame on whoever signs him after.
Yeah.
It'll be bare
hell
knuckle.
Yeah, man.
It'll be
So-
bare knuckle.
Man, they
Probably.
better not put him over there. You're gonna kill the guy.
Dude, they took Luke Rockhold to fight Mike Perry in a bare knuckle fight. Like,
Dude,
good, all
that
hands
was
to Rockhold
crazy.
for his UFC career. But, bro, you're fighting Mike Perry in his world. This is a bar fight.
Yep.
Scary.
Yeah.
Well, last thing is this. Sorry, we keep going more. Oh yeah, we went to Jelly Roll. Shout out to Remy for inviting me out there. So
Put up the
we'll
pictures
show
I
you some
sent you
pictures
right
right
here in
here.
my
Boom.
hand.
You'll
I
see
want
all
them
the
in my
pictures.
hand.
Boom, bam, boom, bam, bam. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, Jelly Roll was pretty fun, man. We had a great time. They put on a great show, man.
It was
Sang
amazing.
some DMX, sang some Easy, sang some
Eminem,
Eminem.
Who was it? Toby Keith.
Toby Keith. So you a Jelly Roll fan, Poetic? At least listen to his music. That was my
I
first
mean,
time
he's
going.
not my cup of tea, man, but I think he's badass.
Yeah. Oh hell yeah.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
I agree. Exact same thing.
Yeah, like he's dominating the country game, man. Like it did not take long for him to dominate the country game.
Oh, hey, we're wrapping up, right? We're gonna get off.
Yeah.
All right, hey, focus right here. Focus.
Where you at?
Country, but also hip hop and rap.
Hip hop, right? He was
Trying
on.
to
Yeah.
deal out a public service announcement.
What happened?
Public service
happened?
announcement.
Okay, go ahead.
Can I get out the service announcement? Can I? Can I do that?
Go ahead.
Can I?
Go,
All right.
Go.
Scotty, you're a bitch.
Oh jeez.
Oh my god.
because you haven't responded to me on any platforms. So you're still a bitch.
Come on here. We'll be
So come on the show, dispute that with me. Try to tell me why you're not a bitch. Until then, if you're watching this, let Scotty know he's a bitch. And so you're not a bitch like Scotty. Hit the like button, the share button, and the subscribe button, or you're a bitch like Scotty.
Oh jeez.
All right, what were you saying?
That was a lot, bro. That's a lot every single week. Scotty, would you just answer any? Jeez, that's a lot to take in right there. Jesus.
That's what she said.
Well, and what I was gonna say as well, you need to check out Remy, because we're gonna talk about this. What's his name? He was on Joe Rogan's podcast. I can't believe I just lost him at the top of my tongue. He's fighting Tyson Fury in a boxing match.
Nagano?
Oh,
Okay, there you
Francis
go.
Ngannou.
Okay, Francis Ngannou went on Joe Rogan
Did he?
and talked about what happened with UFC.
Oh, okay. I saw the headline for that. I'm gonna watch that
So
later tonight or
watch
tomorrow.
that, and we will talk about that next week on the next episode of KickRocks, guys. Guys, make sure you go and check out Poetic G, Underdog, correct? Part 1 of 3.
Yes, sir.
Or you're
Yeah.
a bitch.
Jeez. There you go. You can check it out on all streaming platforms. And again, that is on October 2nd. It is released. Guys, again, Poetic's been doing music for years. We've been growing up in the same town. I didn't ask you that. I had one more question for you. How do you feel growing up, born and raised in New Braunfels, man, with this town that's growing?
Man, how can I answer that question without?
Being an asshole.
Right?
Man, I guess the best way I could put it is like I live in a city where I love it, but it doesn't love me back.
Mm,
You know what I mean?
I think I know what he's trying to say.
yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna
That
translate.
hurts.
I'm gonna translate for him.
I hurt
Translate.
for you.
What I heard him say is, "Move back to fucking California."
I don't think it was that one.
Oh man, there's definitely a lot of Californians here now, man. It sucks, but yeah. I mean, that's the best way I can put it, man. Like growing up, you know, when you go to places where there's not a lot of people of your color, they make you, well, you know, they made you feel that way, right? I would say it's a lot different now.
Yeah, I was
You know
going
what
to
I
say,
mean?
you have kids, right?
Yeah.
Do you feel like your kids are going to have to go through the same thing?
No.
Okay.
No. Yeah. I feel like it's a lot different now, man. I feel like you know, it's a lot more diverse.
Yeah.
I mean, you still have your spots where I don't go there. You know what I mean?
Them rich neighborhoods.
But yeah, I mean, I do have to. I think the one thing that I did have to talk to him about was like the cops.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's just in general. Like, I don't think it. I mean, any race, man.
Don't tell him shit. My business ain't your business. Tell him
Yeah.
talk to your dad.
Just you know, I tell them the procedures they need to take. Cause yeah, I don't think. I mean, I think when a cop sees someone of color, they're a little more on edge. But I think regardless, they're on edge, right?
cop.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
period.
they're getting off their car. They already have their hand on the gun. You know what I mean? Regardless of your race, right? But I mean, if you're a little more tan, they're gonna, grip it a little more.
What if the cop himself is a little more tanned?
It's happened.
It's happened. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll tell you this, man. The first time I was ever called a racial slur was by a Mexican cop.
Sorry.
No, it's. I mean,
It
it's.
just
it's
it makes
true.
sense.
true.
It makes sense
It's
because I
true,
tell
man.
people all the time, it's the blue versus us.
Yeah, because and you know what? I was so young that I didn't know what that word was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I had to ask what that was because I didn't know what he called me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so yeah, I don't think. I mean, I've had white cops nicer to me than Mexican cops.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Likewise.
So I mean, I don't have anything against cops.
Yeah.
I have something against cops that shouldn't be cops.
Exactly.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that was kind of my mentality growing up here in New Braunfels was that like
Avoid the police
the
officers.
cops were the bad guys. You know what I mean?
I really can agree with you, and then there's many ways of like why I don't want to, but it happens, and I think
Yeah.
like in society today, the kids are showing so much stuff that it's like it's kind of what they live by. Obviously, everybody does that. When I was younger and we saw certain movies or we saw certain things that were happening on TV, you didn't hope that happened to you, but you knew it was there. So when I would see it, it really did scare me. But I guess I just didn't see it at the right places to scare me enough as well.
Yeah.
I don't know if that really if that says a lot, but there's times where I like, man, I really feel comfortable when I'm here, you know.
Yeah.
But I do understand what you mean from growing up, and a lot of people didn't see that, and they didn't feel that either. But I did because I was in sports, and then at the same time, like we were on the side of town that we were on, and people don't say that it's not bad. Yeah, it is. It wasn't that bad, but we still went through those situations. I don't give a fuck how good or bad you thought it was. I went through a situation that way that made me feel a certain way. And you saw it a lot of times sometimes too.
I grew up in Rosa Parks and on the west side.
Exactly.
Like where you're at now. The
I mean,
neighborhood you're talking
we're-
about,
I
I was
mean,
walking the streets
You,
like
you
as
same
a
thing,
kid,
right?
Yeah.
and
same
having
thing.
to worry about the cops. 'Cause
Yeah. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying all cops are bad.
Exactly. Yeah. No.
I just
it's
haven't met too many of the good ones.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hey, the one that came and saw me today, you're cool, bro. All right, you're good.
Yeah, man.
So yeah, I mean, and just in school too. You know what I mean? Like looking back at how and I don't know if this is all schools, right? Like I mean, I've only gone to school here in New Braunfels, right? But I've seen where like a kid gets bullied and it's just like teacher pretty much just telling them like stop complaining. You know what I mean? And then shit ends up happening because you weren't paying attention to this kid that was telling you that they were being freaking bullied. You know what I mean? And then when it's like a freaking and this is just my experience. I'm not saying this was what it was in general.
Yeah.
Right. But when it was like a black kid or a Mexican kid that was a bully, then it was just like, oh man, now it's a big fucking deal.
I
You know
wish
what I
it
mean?
would have been a big fucking deal.
But
When did you graduate?
from my experience,
When did you graduate?
2012.
Oh shit!
No, because I went back and got my diploma.
I was
Yeah,
gonna say
no.
you young as fuck, motherfucker. Damn, life been hard on you. Dude.
Well, it was more of the years you went to
when,
school. Yeah.
What year?
I was supposed to graduate in maybe 05, 06.
Oh damn, you're still younger than me.
Yeah.
Dude, when I went to New Braunfels, it was, dude, like, there was a good amount of white folks. Don't get me wrong. Like, there was a lot of them.
There was a lot. I mean,
But
when I
dude,
yeah.
it was like equal with the Mexicans and the very few blacks.
That's
you know
when we
what I
were
mean?
rising. Yes.
Yeah. Like everybody I got bullied by, bro, was Hispanic, except for one kid. I got bullied by one white dude. The rest were the Hispanic guys. I mean, and of course at the time, like, I mean, we had like one black family in the school,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I didn't get picked on by them.
Did they call you Miklo or what?
I got called Gringo a lot, dude, and I got called Miklo. I was like,
Look,
bitch,
man,
look, man,
He's
shut
got
up.
a brown bully, a white bully. When he needs a black bully. All right, man. I'll step up.
We got to hit him like equally, man. Otherwise, he's not gonna feel right about it.
Oh,
Look,
that's
man,
hilarious.
I don't really want to do this. It's, just, it's politics, man.
You're not gonna understand. You're white.
But nah, yeah, man. I mean, from my experience, you know, I mean, that's kind of what I saw, or like a lot of people that played football. I guess not all of them, but you had your coconuts, and those guys, man, always got free passes, man. Damn, I would get into a fight, and it's like I was off to alternative for like a whole fucking month or two, but so and so from that played football got into a fight, and
He ran some extra laps this
like,
day.
and I know, and I remember that person, man, and he only went to alternative for like 2 weeks.
And then went right back to school.
Dude, I remember the football boys, they get in trouble or whatever. The coaches handled it. There was no alternative school for them. You go deal with the coaches. We're going to let your coaches know what you did. And then half the time, the boys would be like, can you just send me to alternative school?
Yeah, man.
Please?
Please.
You know what the coach is going to do to me?
But yeah, that's kind of how I saw New Braunfels growing up, man. I mean, as I've gotten older, like I said, man, I don't pay attention to a lot of stuff, man, because I'm too busy paying attention to all the good stuff. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Hey, that's absolutely right, man.
So
That's what you got to do, brother. As we've gotten older as well, man, like, been a huge part of the community and been dealing with kids for years, and I've been blessed with that, man. But in some ways, I think I've learned, like, man, I'm starting to learn my way out in a way.
Yeah.
I'm feeling that way too, man. Like, I did a lot for this community for the past 25 years of my years that I've been here.
Dude, my son likes him more than he likes me.
So it's just one of those things that I just enjoy. But man, I think I'm getting to that point where I just want to just worry about all this over here and stay away from everything else.
yeah, you have to, man.
Yeah, getting that route. So, all right, brother. So I appreciate you coming on, man, joining us. I love talking wrestling. Love talking all this music, all this bullshitting. Yeah, having some good time. Guys, again, make sure you check us out on all platforms. On TikTok, my TikTok is KickRocks, J-Rock. Remy, what's yours?
Adam Height, HITE 108.
There you go. We're trying to get our TikToks going, guys, so make sure you follow us on there. But again, Social Plug Media is all over pretty much all platforms. But of course, you want to see all of our episodes, you can see them on the YouTube channel. And I think Johnny's getting us to move around. I think we're doing some audio on a lot of platforms here pretty soon as well. So KickRocks is growing, Ep.6, Poetic G. Thanks again for coming on, man. We'll have you on soon again. Talk some wrestling.
Oh, yeah.
Get you at it again. And make sure you go check out all of his music, guys. And we are out, guys, so we will see you later.
Yeah. Ow! Yeah. Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soul, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be.